In this video, I'll be describing the basic operation of this electric motor I've developed. It consists of a permanent magnet rotor on a shaft that's held in a coil carrier along with two coils. Notice the coils don't require an iron core. The coils are connected to an audio amplifier. It's used as a motor drive in this system. The green coil in this example is hooked up to the input of the amplifier, and the red coil is driven by the output of the amplifier. As the rotor spins, the induced voltage in the generator coil is used and amplified by the amplifier that keeps the motor spinning. The motor coil alternately attracts and repels the rotor to keep it moving. And in this particular example, it requires a kickstart, which gets the motor spinning. And as you can see on the scope trace here, the top signal is the generator coil, and the bottom signal is the output of the amplifier, which you can see is saturated. And there's an inversion between the input and output for this particular audio amplifier. So I have come across some interesting behavior in this motor regarding the position of the coils. Let me just give you a simple example here. I'll start the motor. And now with the coil in its basic position, it has a given frequency of rotation. But as I pull the coil away, you can see the motor speed up, and then you slow down when I return it to its original position. So it's kind of a cause and effect that I'm going to elaborate more in this next video. This is the apparatus I'll be using to demonstrate some of the behaviors of this motor when the coils are allowed to move. So we have the rotor shaft now aligned vertically with the z-axis, and we have the coils are allowed to move in the x-axis. And you'll see in a minute, I've got a optical position sensor here that'll tell me when the poles are aligned with the y-axis. And perhaps I can get this motor started. And now you can see on the trace here, the top trace is the generator input, and the bottom trace is where the position detects in line with the y-axis. And now, as you can see, I'll separately move the motor coil further away, and you can see the frequency increases. Now it's also kind of a non-linear, because if I go closer, it slows down. I start pulling away, it gets faster and faster until a point where it'll basically slow down again. The generator coil has somewhat of a similar behavior, but to a lesser degree. If I move it a little closer, you can see the slight slowing down of the motor. As I pull it away, it'll essentially stop. So now in this particular example, I'm allowing the generator coil to move along the y-axis, and the motor coil is allowed to move around the x-axis. And let's just get it started. Now you can see as I pull the generator coil towards me, it's pushing away the motor coil from the rotor. If I go in the opposite direction, it pulls it forward. And in fact, if I allow it to oscillate, it basically will just continue to interact with each other. I found very interesting. And now it's at a point where it's just sort of teetering between pushing and pulling. So beginning to notice some very interesting properties between these two coils when they're allowed to move, and the interaction between the two coils. So now I've changed it somewhat to allow the motor coil to move in both the x and y directions, but constrained by this ring on the base here. So let me start it up. now you can see that a motor coil now is basically moving very symmetrically in X and Y based on the position of the generator coil. You can change the speed. In this example, I've added 2 additional coils surrounding a second magnetic rotor. I'll be using these 2 as the generator coils. I'm using these 2 here as the motor coils. And they're free to move basically in X and Y, constrained by these 2 hoops. So let me try starting her up. As you can see now, both motor coils are free to run, free to move around, and they just tend to go in the opposite direction of the rotor. So hold one still and the other one will spin, or I can hold this one and the other one will spin around. Or they'll both go at the same time. Now let me show you this from a higher perspective. I have this clip running at 1/8 normal speed, so I can get a better idea what's going on. The rotor is spinning in a clockwise direction, and both coils are moving in a counterclockwise direction, but at a slower rate than the rotor. For some reason, the red coil is moving at a slightly faster rate than the green coil. I'm not sure why just yet. It appears that the red coil rotates once for every 12 rotations of the rotor, and while the green coil requires about 14 rotations of the rotor. Now the magnetic field generated in each of the coils does emulate a spinning rotor just as the rotor is doing. And each time the coils come close together with the rotor, it must be in sync with the magnetics of the rotor. This is like some sort of magnetic gearing between the rotor and the coils that allow them to mesh together like this.